Hello and welcome to episode 68 of Idles, their 100% achievement journey. Today we'll take a deep look at inner power. I took a break from Idle Slayer and YouTube, but now I'm back. I know there's a big update coming, but we'll focus on inner power and try to figure out how long it will take me to get to 500 trillion SP. My intent for this episode was to go in the village and make my weapon better, which we will, and also reach 1000 bonus stage completed. But then I found out that a big update is coming very soon, so I have to release a video a bit earlier than I wanted. So let's go get our plus 12 achievement, then I'm going to show you the plus 13, but we'll really look at numbers and that's it. And it's going to be very important that if you see mistakes, please let me know in the comments, because I want to make a guide out of this. So that's plus 11. So why a guide? I want to show people who are stuck like I am. I've been stuck at this 500 trillion stone of rage thing forever. I'll show how inner power works exactly with examples, not just the formula in practical terms. Today we'll know, I don't even know yet because I have to calculate it. Today we'll know exactly how much time it will take me to reach 500 trillion, and then I'll tell you what I plan to do once I reach that. Will I ultra ascend right away? Well, we'll look at the tree, okay? Here I'm just showing that I'm missing only the plus 13, so let's go right there. I was a little short on divinity, so I had to wait until I do the plus 13. But then I thought I needed 300 divinity points, but it's not the case, it's 320. Good news is there was a change in the village. I don't know when, but we have access to the menu, so I'll be able to ascend some minions and then get the necessary amount. So let's do this and then we'll get started with some arithmetics. I don't want to bore you with numbers, but I don't have a choice. I really have to know how much time it will take me to reach my goal. So, do you want to upgrade your gear? Yes. And this is the last achievement you can get from upgrading your weapon. Item plus 13, and I want to show you a little something before we get started. 95% of all Steam achievements, we're doing quite good in reality. It's just that we need to get unstuck here. Based on 75 trillion in bank, and by the way, we'll ascend today. Skeleton 40.9 billion, White Knight 40.9 billion, Mutant 61.4 billion, Wizard 88.7 billion, Golem 313 billion, and the Cyclops 1.12 trillion. Let's start with these numbers and let's pull the numbers out of the wiki. Now durations are different because I have two things that I'm going to show you in the Divinity shop, and I do have minion elixir. So for the White Knight, for instance, 0.0539%. I did this little division just to make sure that the wiki was up to date and that I understood the numbers properly. Now let's look at mission duration. I have two things that reduce them. It's this one, okay, and this one. So I'll have to do something a bit silly because I wanted to release the video today. I decided to ascend every single one of my minions to know the exact duration. For instance, the skeleton would be 1 hour and 57 minutes, okay? So we're gonna do them all, but I'm gonna have to reset my Cyclops also, unfortunately. I hit that box just to see if there was something interesting. So almost 3 hours, 4 hours and 13 minutes, 15 hours, 15 hours and a half, and this one, unfortunately, bang, I now get 677 billion, but I can extrapolate how much I would get, especially after I ascended. In fact, I'm going to show you numbers at every increment of 100 trillion. And to make things more complicated, I have to include something else, which is the daily bonus. Reduce the remaining mission duration of all minions by 3 hours. Before doing some math though, let's take a look at the Ascension tree. Once again, a new update is coming, so I don't know if they're gonna add some more astral luck stuff. So that's what I'm looking for, of course, Stone of Rage. Is there anything else that I really want? For 750 trillion, the village key will no longer be needed. I don't need that, so I don't have to worry about it. Okay, I'm not gonna stick around just to get that. Then we have this one. Decrease the price of every upgrade by 6%, 200 trillion. This will depend on how much I get per day at 500 trillion. We'll calculate that. Good news with this one, it's not astral luck. It's 1 quadrillion, but it doesn't matter. It's not astral luck. What bothers me is the astral luck stuff. This one is easy. It's 10 trillion. I got it. And it's very important for me to fight the tougher boss. And then is there anything else? I don't think there is. So I'm really gonna break through once I Ultra Ascend. Okay, the only question is this one, the 6% thing. But once I Ultra Ascend and get that Stone of Rage, everything will open up. I can't wait. My intent is to log in twice a day, every 12 hours. So I'll base my calculations on that. But also, I want to see if it's worth farming 1 hour a day. Probably is. And I will base my numbers on this episode, okay? But let's remember there's also 2 more sets of quests that came out. And there's yet another one to come very soon. If I'm lucky, I'm gonna get a lot of money before I ascend. Therefore, more per hour. But let's go back to inner power. I'll go as quick as I can over this. So rewards per day, I log in twice, right? 2 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours, and 4 hours. So I would get 2 rewards per day. And because this is 15 hours, I will get only 1 reward per day. And what's tricky with the Cyclops, with 29 hours, that would mean I get it, then I don't, then I don't. That means 0.33 per login. I log in twice, so 0.66 reward per day for the Cyclops. Okay, now what I did, I wanted to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 500. I decided to go with increments of 50 with a really gross estimate. This is precise though for the inner power numbers, okay? The farming though, let's take a look at the old video. If you want to see that video, check the exclamation mark on the top right, okay? So these are my old calculations, but I had every single possible upgrade at the time. As I said, there was new packages for Quest. So how much an hour can I make? I went with 1 trillion an hour, but maybe it will be 2 trillion an hour. It really depends where I am in the Ascension, how lucky I am. Early in the Ascension, it's hard to say how much I'll make per hour when I farm. So I went very conservative, but I think later in the Ascension, if I do well and make a lot of money, I could go up to 2 trillion an hour. Very difficult to say, and in future episodes I'll talk about this. I'll tell you how much I'll make approximately. So let's go with 1 for now, and we'll figure it out later. Assuming I farm 1 hour a day at 1 trillion a day, plus inner power, so those are my total in red per day in trillion that I would get if I log in every single day twice. 2 next 10 days means next increment, okay? As if it was linear. I know it's not. It's just an estimate. First one has a star because it's based on 85 trillion. That's what I have right now. And I estimate it will take me 90 days. As I go forward, I get faster and faster, but I think 90 days or less, I will get my 500 trillion. Gotta be disciplined though. So 90 days, it seems like it's gonna take me to get to 500 trillion. Then I have to decide if I continue for an extra 200 trillion. There's only one more thing that I want, that is astral luck. I estimate maybe 15, 20 days, something like this for that 200 trillion thing. I might do it, might as well. And we'll see if they add new astral luck stuff in the new update that is coming once again super soon. Again, these are gross estimates because I did have the acceleration rate. So I could have used more profound math to figure out a mathematically optimal number, but it doesn't make sense to do this because in real life, you know, I would log in maybe after 13 hours or 11 hours. And will I really make 1 trillion a day in farming? Maybe I'll feel like farming for more than 1 hour, or maybe I won't feel like farming at all. So yeah, I think 90 days makes sense for now, and we'll see if I'm right. So that would mean April, late April, I don't know. That's about it. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please hit thumbs up and leave a comment below. If you want to support this channel, you can subscribe and hit the notification bell to make sure you don't miss future videos. Thank you for watching and see you next time.